start us out with Columbus through pick six? What did you see? What happened?
They ran a route that they love to run on third down, and threw it to the shot line, and dropped it and went up in the air, and I just made a punt on the ball, and I was actually talking during the play, and I told Daryl, let's ride, and he blocked me, and I ran my way to the end zone.
When you say you were talking, what do you mean by that? What you were talking?
I was like, I caught the ball and I'm like, let's ride. Like with my mouthpiece, I got a mouthpiece that go up in my mouth and it sit in my mouth. So I can talk real fluent on the field, and I caught the ball and I'm like, let's ride. I was talking to Daryl Hunter, telling him to get the block in the front. Ran my way to the end zone.
Let's ride. Okay.
Did you feel a little momentum going out of Miami after that play? I mean, that gave you guys a real big boost there.
Yeah, I mean, felt like coming out of the second half, the Dyson was throwing off his back foot. He didn't want to get hit no more. And the interception, yeah, it was a heartbreaker. I mean, stabbing a hard dagger, but we kept fighting, kept going. Yeah, I mean, the score tells it all.
Will you talk a little bit about the defense? I mean, a little bit about the game plan. It looked like you guys stopped the run and then put the clamps basically on Dicer.
Yeah, our number one goal is to stop the run. We don't want teams that stops the run on it, so they have to go pass the ball. And then it's on the back seven to make plays. I mean, we was prepared for all the 5 wide and all the empty stuff, and just out there making plays and running around.
And the one thing that's different from last week is, like you said, the making plays part, because you made tackles, didn't give up yardage last week, but this week you get the turnovers. I mean, that's kind of the next step for this defense, isn't it? Making plays, making turnovers?
Yes, sir. I mean, just making the plays and making tackles ain't enough. We gotta start generating turnovers. We talked about it all week, that we gotta generate turnovers. So on our offense score, we can either get the ball back and let them score again, or get the ball and score like we did today. I mean, just generating turnovers is a big thing to make a defense go to the next level.
And your defense right now, I mean, back-to-back really strong efforts. I would have to assume the confidence is sky high.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, the stands they say that we're the #1 defense in the MAC, and we want to keep it that way. I mean, continue to stop the run, and continue to guard the receivers and make plays and get to the quarterback and hit the quarterback. I mean, all the chances that the D-line hit the quarterback, that we got to keep making them plays.
Anything else? BooBoo, thanks.
Thanks, BooBoo.
There's questions for Paul Swan.
Paul, would you start us out with the switch with Dwayne out there? I mean, will you talk about how your role changes when you step into his spot?
Yeah, well, Dwayne, he hurt himself in the game last week at Akron. He had a back problem, and he tried going to practice this week, but he just wasn't feeling it. And so I moved over to the Mike position, and DJ moved over to the Buck. Came in to start at the Buck. And I'm used to playing Mike. I've been playing it. I mean, the last 2 years. I didn't really play it too much last year. But this spring and this summer, we really wanted to get me used to that position because we got 3 linebackers that are all capable of playing at a high level. So, I mean, when one guy goes down, it's the next man up. So I needed to be ready to move over to that Mike position. I felt very comfortable at it and very confident. And, I feel very confident playing next to DJ. He's a great football player. And, it obviously hurt that Dwayne was down, but I think we filled in the roles pretty well.
Without Xing and O'ing me, will you kind of tell me how that position is different than the Buck?
I mean, it really is kind of the same position, just a few of the drops are different. And but I mean, inside linebacker, playing the run, playing the pass, doing most of the same stuff. It's really not too different.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, BooBoo mentioned that Dicer looked like he was thrown off his back foot in the second half, didn't want to get hit. Did you see that same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was a little nervous because of the pass rush we had going on him. And Chris Jones, he's an animal in there. And I mean, I think any quarterback in the country would be worried about playing against him and the rest of our whole D-line for that matter. And so, I think he definitely got a little nervous with the pressure we were bringing, and definitely did affect his throwing and ability to make big plays.
You mentioned the D-line. They seem to have really progressed over the last 2 or 3 games, really playing as a good unit with guys rolling in and out. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we have a very experienced D-line. Teddy and Chris have been playing a lot of football for us. BT is just a freak of an athlete who came in this season really strong. And we got Colvin, who's another freak athlete who can also help us out. And T. Royster came in, and he's helping us out. So, I mean, and the thing about them is they all get along so well, and they're all real tight with each other. And just our whole defense as a whole, I just feel such a different mood this year than any other year. And guys are just playing so well together.
Will you talk a little bit about, and you've heard me ask BooBoo about this as well. I mean, another big effort defensively in terms of not giving up yardage, but this week it's different because you're causing turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers, that's something we've really been stressing all season, and really, to this point, I don't think we've really caused too many turnovers. And, you know, we've luckily been winning the games, but, I mean, I think once we maybe start causing turnovers, 3 or more, and that just sets us really apart and just helps us go that much farther to the next level. And if we can continue to do that, it's really going to be a great season for the defense the rest of the way, and big things to come.
Will you talk a little bit about how you felt DJ played?
Yeah, I mean, I think he came in, he played really well. This was actually his first start at linebacker. He started twice last year at defensive end, at the rushing end. So, I mean, he came in, he's ready, he's a great football player, and he knows his stuff just as well as we do. And, you know, just like I said, next man up, and I think he really played well.
Anything else?
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
All right, questions for Anthon?
When you found out that you guys were going to be running the ball like you did, I mean, it had to be exciting to you and the running backs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very exciting because now we're trying to become a balanced team, and we have great running backs that can go in there and each get the job done, and our linemen, they're just awesome, and they were fired up too, and it's great to run behind them.
Will you talk a little bit about that drive in the third quarter when the defense had one-score game, defense had forced the punt, and you guys went in for the touchdown that made it a 2-score game? It seems to me that there was a lot of run in that drive, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was. We knew that 17 points wasn't going to get us no win against Miami on offense. They have a pretty good offense. But, we went in with a mindset like we got to score and we wouldn't be denied. We had a couple of big runs, and that ended up opening a pass game and allowed Chris to score for a touchdown.
You mentioned the line. How have you seen them the last 2 or 3 weeks? I mean, just really developed. Have you seen the confidence growing in them?
Yeah, the confidence has definitely grown, especially after last week in Akron. Like, we proved that we can run and nobody can stop the run. And I mean, lifting with them, you see them go hard in the weight room, so that gives you extra confidence in them. That's pretty much it.
You know how many yards you finished with?
171 yards.
You got told though, didn't you? You weren't following that.
Right.
You looked at the stats, right? I mean, career high. We just talked a little bit about that. I mean,
It's a great feeling to hit the career high. I still want to get that 200, but for right now, I take the 171. It's a great feeling, but the better feeling is the win. And anything I can do to contribute to the win is okay with me. I don't care if I have 20 yards, as long as we have to win.
Well, you're going to have a hard time getting the 200 with Pettigrew and Mel are pushing the 2, though, right? I mean, they ran the ball hard today, too.
Yeah, they did, but as long as my team is winning, like I said, that's the only thing that matters. JP got 2 touchdowns. I was real happy for him. And like I said at the beginning of the interview, we have 5 great backs, and I think we all can get the job done, and that proved that today.
All right. Thanks, Anthon.
Thank you.
thanks, Anthony.
One more.
It's you, Chris.
Per your request,
Thank you.
for TV.
Anything for TV.
Anything for TV?
And Dave didn't even
Yourself
move.
Look as pretty as possible, Chris. This is a
Yeah.
TV appearance.
All right, questions for Chris.
I'll go. Is that all right? Just first of all, Paul Swan called you an animal. Coach said some really nice things too. Obviously, you had a mission today. Was there anything different about today than maybe games past this year?
No, I mean, just watching the film, we knew that as a defensive line, we could get after him. Once we stopped the run, and we did. After that happened, sacks just kept coming. For everybody, everybody was getting to the quarterback, getting hits. One of our goals was just to hit the quarterback, and we did.
I think what was it? I didn't see the stats. 5 sacks today, 6 sacks today. That's pretty darn good. What's it say about the front 4 right now?
I mean, you got to include the front 7 too. The linebackers, I think Gabe got one? Yeah, Gabe got a sack too. So linebackers are doing work. Blitzing, they're coming hard. I mean, that's freeing up the defensive linemen too, and everybody's coming downhill. So the front 7 is just awesome.
Is this the best you've seen this defense play since you've been here?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is my 4th year. This is it's crazy. Like we come in, every practice, every game, the mentality that we're going to win today. And that's what we're doing.
Chris, will you talk a little bit, I mean, it kind of sounds, it doesn't sound like it meshes when you say, to get our pass rush going, we're going to stop the run. Will you talk a little bit about how that happens?
Well, when you stop the run, it makes the team one-dimensional. When a team can't run the ball, they have to resort to passing, obviously. And so, that gets us triggered and ready to go. I mean, a lot of offenses know it too. Once they can't run the ball, they're going to have to start throwing the ball up, and that gets us ready so we can pin our ears back and get after them.
And obviously you're playing at a high level, but will you talk a little bit about Ted Ouellette? I mean, he's playing at a high level also, isn't he?
Ted's having a career season. I mean, he's doing awesome. He has 3 sacks in the year, over 20 tackles. He's playing his butt off. He's one of those guys that you'll have a screen that's 10 yards downfield, and he'll run 20 yards and catch the guy. So he's an amazing player. Hustle athlete. He's an awesome guy. One of my best friends here.
What's been the difference this year as opposed to years past? Or just experience? Just
You talking about for Ted?
for Ted?
Oh, I mean, he's been great all the time. I mean, last year obviously he had injury problems.
Sure.
And so, I mean, for his first year, I think he was just kind of getting to the groove of things. And last year, like I said, he got hurt a lot. But this year, he's staying healthy. Keep it that way. And he's been getting after the quarterback and plugging the holes and making tackles in the backfield. So, I think without him, I mean, this defense would be missing one of our characters.
And we also talk. You've had a lot of guys come in on the ends, and that you've gotten a lot of production out of a lot of guys. A lot of young guys, especially.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got defensive ends. You got Brian Thomas, Charlie Walker now. We got Gabe Martin playing a little bit of D end. All those guys coming off the edge, really just compressing the pocket, really keeps the quarterback in there. Makes it a hard time for the offensive line, the quarterback especially, to get balls off when everything's just closing in on him.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Congratulations.
Thank you.